Duck lips make you look like a tranny.
Duck lips?
Yeah.
Why does she have duck lips?
Look at a picture of her. She has duck lips. She has those collagen implants.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks terrible.
Which is really funny because before she became, the pseudonym Lana Del Rey, she had a different, she used her actual name to record, a lot more, content. I guess it was more of a kind of more poppy type music, and then she didn't succeed at that, so she totally, changed her persona and got the weird lip things, and then changed her name.
Blue jeans, green skirt.
Ugh, God. Frodo, you need to record a song.
Yeah, no.
Do it. Please. Don't actually do it.
No, why not?
Because we don't need you yet. We're not ready.
We're not the singer.
The world's not ready for a singer like you. We will be, though. We'll get there.
One day. One day.
One day. Hyundai.
Oh, God. So Steve, it's kind of tradition for the guest to do our opening now.
Okay.
So the podcast is called Jelly Side Down. So if you could do a little opening, something, Jelly Side Down.
Joey side down.
Jelly, like.
Oh,
jam.
jelly. Oh, yes. Okay, I get it now. Okay.
Jelly Side Down. Yeah. So if you want to do something like you're listening to Jelly Side Down, or if you want to take a couple shots at it, you can do variations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use your radio voice.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jelly Side Podcast, the only podcast ever.
It's close. We're Jelly Side Down.
Jelly Side Down. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you can just cut that one out.
Yeah.
Welcome to Jelly Side Down Podcast, the only drive-through podcast available in Minnesota. Because, man, fuck those kids.
Seriously, fuck them.
Fuck those kids. Fuck those kids.
Seriously, someone should get on that.
If you can see me right now, with my gestures, it would be so much clearer.
We'll just imagine whatever gestures you could be making, so it's okay.
The joys of podcasting, the power of imagination.
Are you recording, Frodo?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, good.
This is fascinating.
We're just talking about fucking kids and doing all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, there's a difference.
They're all of age. It's okay.
Just any persons mentioned in this podcast are of age, imagined or otherwise. It's a disclaimer.
Especially if they're imagined.
Yeah.
So, if you guys have, if our listeners have questions for Steve, they should have emailed us last week. And
because we gave so much of a heads up about this.
So, Steve, do you have anything you want to advertise for? Are you doing any art, or were you doing tattooing for a while?
I was at 2 different shops as an apprentice. The first place just had me cleaning up the shop, teaching me about handling customers.
Yeah.
The second place I went to, I was actually tattooing, but I wasn't really being taught so much as the owner was like, "Yeah, just feel it out. You're gonna fuck up some tattoos, but that's how it works." I'm like, "No, that really isn't how it should work."
You're gonna ruin some skin.
Yeah, you're gonna fuck some shit up, son. But that's how you learn. I'm like,
People are gonna be stuck with this stuff forever.
yeah. No. Unfortunately, after that, I just realized he was a piece of shit and a loser, so I just quit.
Yeah.
I've just been trying to work any old job to get by. Hopefully, once I got enough money, I'll actually pay for an apprenticeship, because those were both free. Because occasionally some people just like you, or see the potential to abuse free labor out of you. And either way, we'll let you apprentice there. But then there are other people who was like, well, if you pay me $5,000, then I'll actually teach you how to tattoo. So I think I'm going to just go for that to show that I'm dedicated as much to it.
You'll get there.
Yeah. Or I'm just going to start drawing again. Or
Yeah,
both.
that's a thing too.
Yeah. I mean, I went to school for animation. Might as well, draw.
Get something out of it.
But the worst
I
is
know.
people still think I'm tattooing. And they're like, hey, man, can I get a tattoo this week? I'm like, no. I'm here. It's like, no, dude, I got a tattoo gun and some needles. And we can bust open a Bic pen. I'm like, no.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's not like Memento.
That's not how it should work.
Yes, yeah.
Unless you're in prison, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Even if you're in prison, it's
In
not a
prison,
good
it
idea.
becomes an impeccable idea. Just the best.
It advertises important things, like how you feel about Jewish people and, whether you've been raped or not.
I would honestly get a tramp stamp if I was in prison that just says I have HIV.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
I think that would be the best gang tattoo.
We have HIV gang.
Yeah. Stay away from the brown love hole, boys.
Oh my god.
See, this all ties in perfectly to the reason why I did this podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah, Frodo and Sean don't know this, but I actually I decided to go along with this podcast for future blackmail material. If any of you people ever make it big, I've got you now.
So should we go on to some news?
What kind of news?
Yeah, if you
I've got some
if
news.
you got some.
I got some. Sean, you want to do the elephant news jingle?
All right. It's elephant news.
Rhino edition.
Oh wow.
Didn't see that coming.
What?
It's
You've
Rhino.
thrown me for a loop, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so there was this conservative group doing an anti-poaching demonstration in South Africa, and they brought their rhino named Spencer along, and they were showing people how to dehorn a rhino by not killing it, by shooting it with a tranq dart.
Okay.
And they
Yeah.
actually killed the rhino with the tranq dart.
Great job.
Yeah, he went into convulsions
No.
and died after the tranq shot.
Did they?
Was the hunter, did he used to work for the New York Police Department?
Did they actually end up taking the horn off then, or
I would assume so.
this is how you do it?
I mean, we're not going to waste a dead rhino.
Yeah. My favorite part though
No.
is that the guy who did it, he was like, it's sad for us, the loss of another animal, but it's a death that I still chalk up to poaching. And it's like, you asshole. You poached it. You killed it.
Could he be tried for poaching? Because I mean that is technically illegal.
I don't know. I mean, I assume they have it on film.
Did he own the rhino, or
I don't know.
How do you own a rhino?
I don't know. I don't know.
Who do you pay?
Yeah, who do you buy it from?
The jungle
Yeah.
store? I don't know, man.
A bunch of money in the earth, like bury
Just-
it.
Well,
He buries some money. Exactly.
yeah. Just
Oh
like,
my
all right,
god! If that was
planet, I own this now.
if burying money was actually a thing, we'd have so many problems. Just I'm gonna make a purchase from the earth. Here you go, and take something and just
Well, that's how we,
horrifically.
that's how we got the land from the Indians.
There's just somewhere. There's just acres of buried money. Just like we paid him.
Thomas Jefferson was really misinformed. He was just like, yeah, we got this. Just dug up land, threw in money.
Oh.
So that's this week's elephant news.
All right.
Rhino edition.
Around the horn.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
Nope.
Any more news?
Yeah, Frodo. Any more news?
Or I'll
Yeah.
link this one to Andrew. And Andrew can read this one out.
All right. I will do so.
Or at least summarize it.
Yeah, no, can't go. It's copyrighted. Can't go like word for wording it.
Yeah, it's plagiarism, man.
Yeah, it's terrible unless you get away with it.
What?
Which I did on several book reports.
What?
I just thought this
So-
one was interesting.
I just read the headline, and
Yeah.
it is pretty interesting.
Yeah, the headline: Bin Laden told children live in peace in the West. Huh. So, like, he went out and actually encouraged them to, live in America and Europe, get college educations, and not be violent, apparently.
Don't make the same mistakes as your father.
Don't be like me!
Daddy always said, do as I say, not as I do, after he finished off the second bottle of Jack of the night.
Jesus.
It's a joke.
It is a joke.
Bottle.
It's a joke. You laugh with joke. You see, it's fun. It's
It
fun.
me slap butter.
It's actually scotch.
Yep.
Yes.
We should include a Tommy Wiseau section in our podcast.
Yeah.
Either a Tommy Wiseau news or a block of Tommy Wiseau impressions or quotes, perhaps.
Oh, yeah? Steve, you've seen The Room, right?
Unfortunately, I have not seen it in its entirety, but I've seen... I don't know, because I haven't...
How have we been dating for a year and a half and I didn't know that?
I thought it's come up.
If I didn't know that, you would have seen it.
This is going to put a wedge in your relationship.
Steve
This is going to
Steve
ruin
is
your
ashamed.
Valentine's Day.
That's a lot, guys. Fucked it up.
Oh, what have you done?
We'll just watch it together. So.
Valentine's Day is cancelled!
He treats you like a princess, and you stab him in the back.
I've heard a lot
Actually, it's the other way around.
Yeah, I realized that after I said it.
Jeez.
You wouldn't, as much of a tolerance for crap movies as we have, you would love it.
Oh, yeah.
You would be dying
We
of
actually-
laughter.
We
Oh,
actually
it is.
met Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah. I got to fist pound him. It was weird.
Did you wash your hands after?
No,
You
I
should've.
wasn't able to.
You should have.
I almost met him.
Yeah.
I was walking by the theater where they were doing a special screening of The Room on my way to a friend's house. And as I'm walking by, I'm like, holy shit, it's Tommy Wiseau. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Appropriate response.
Like, I don't want that to, like, rub off on me in any way.
No.
It's Dracula, hoof it!
And I mean,
That's about right.
we've been to we've seen some crappy movies together. We've gone to a 24-hour B movie festival 2 years in a row.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't.
Beautiful.
There are a couple that come really close to The Room, but they're not. They're more painful than funny. Like The Room is just hysterical. We've seen some.
Spectacularly awful.
We've seen some painful ones.
What was that Astro Zombies one that played?
Yeah, it was Astro Zombies.
Oh, God, that was a stinker.
That was pretty bad.
There are going to be some great sound effects on this podcast. I don't know what that was, but it sounded like a train going through my head.
Oh, well, there's,
I live near the L.
Okay.
yeah, the elevated train station, or train tracks are just outside her window.
That might be it. But I don't even notice them anymore.
I thought the interesting thing
Yep,
about
level
going back to the Bin Laden story,
Mm.
just reeling it back. I thought the interesting thing about that was that they're actually keeping his kids and family hostage, essentially jailing them for really no reason.
That's
Well,
pretty fucked up.
they're in custody, and I mean, yeah, that clearly you have to consider what you're going to do with them because they need protection. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who would hurt them.
Yeah, but there was a guy who, oh crap, I just closed the article. There was a guy who wants to take them in and, wants to get them out of the country, and Pakistan won't let them. And it's like, you wouldn't do that with a mob family. You wouldn't imprison, Soprano's wife and kids.
Wait, take them in where,
There-
though?
I don't, to his house? I don't fucking know.
But where, though?
The really nice cave he lives in? I don't fucking know. I don't know where he wants to take them. We're not
This-
Facebook friends.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
this
you
guy's
should
pretty
be.
suspect, Frodo. You shouldn't be vouching for this guy you don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems really weird that they, and it's not the well, maybe it is the U.S. government influencing through Pakistan, but it's like, why are you detaining these people? It's just gonna make them hate us even more after they watch their dad and grandpa get shot in front of them.
Yeah.
That's not winning hearts and minds.
Not generally, no.
No.
The worst thing I think I heard about the Grammys is that one of the nominees for Best New Artist this year is Skrillex.
Yeah. what did the guy at the burlesque show last night call dubstep again? It was like the hipster hokey pokey.
Yes, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah. I think that's very appropriate.
Dubmarine section, Dubmarine.
Yeah. I love the Best New Artist category because, what was it, 1 year Modest Mouse was up for it, and they were like, we've been making music for 17 years.
Yep.
So, Best New Artist, here we come.
Yeah.
I think they were talking about it. It's like, oh, when you find success or you come to prominence in the, it's like, oh, thanks for discrediting all the work we've done up until now.
Once you get played on the radio, then you've made it.
I'm just hoping that this.
Wow, you guys are really good. You practiced for a long time.
Yeah.
10 years, man.
So boring. Like the whole thing where they had Lady Gaga didn't do the red carpet. They carried her in this egg for some reason.
Nice.
Amazing.
And I'm expecting her to come out and be like in some big feathered concoction and she sang "Born This Way" and she was in like a nude leotard. And I was like, really?
Oh.
I don't like you, but are you supposed to be like a big shiny thing? Isn't that her whole appeal?
I guess so, and that's why hipsters and idiots love her so much because she's shiny and loud.
Right. CeeLo Green did perform "Fuck You" with Muppet backup singers, though.
Nice.
Elton
Nice.
John.
I heard
It was
about
pretty
that.
fantastic. And then Gwyneth Paltrow came in and ruined everything.
As she often does.
Yes. As she usually does. Has she ever not ruined anything?
Not that I care to think about it.
She ruined the episodes of Glee she was on, but that's just because everybody else on Glee is so shitty. When Gwyneth Paltrow is saving an episode, you need to fix something. Like Ricky Martin was on last week. He was the best thing about that episode. I don't know why I'm still watching this show.
Are you a Gleetard?
Yeah,
I was a Gleek the first season
Yeah.
when it was kind of good and kind of like edgy and fun.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was hysterical. And then the second season it was like, well, it's not as good as it used to be. Maybe it'll get back on the horse. And now it's like I literally hate everybody but like two characters. And I don't know why I keep watching it, because every time I get ready to stop watching it, they like put a character I love in the hospital.
So they keep you invested.
I'm in an abusive relationship with Glee. Pretty much.
How'd you get that
they
black eye?
just rake it
Cheyenne?
in, though.
I fell down a musical stairs.
Nice.
Imagine the musical stairs at the museum downtown.
They have to
Oh
be
God, no!
up when you step on them, like in old Broadway shows.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure you'd have to go into a slow clap when they hit the bottom.
Yeah.
And a single tear would fall down my face.
Yeah.
Be the greatest day ever. Shouldn't all the kids on Glee be graduated by now? I don't even know how many seasons it's been on, but
Okay, it's the third season right now, and they're
Yeah.
trying to set it up where some of the characters are going to go to college.
yeah.
So they're at least attempting to be realistic about that, and they've had like new freshman kids come in. But there are characters who are high school characters in the show who are pushing 30, and it's just like, I mean, I'm not surprised.
They were held back a few years, actually.
Well, the one who's the oldest in high school, it's implied that he was held back a couple of times because he's like the delinquent. So you're like, well, okay.
Is he played by Matthew McConaughey?
No, he's not. Although that
Oh.
would be fun. That would be probably more interesting. But And I don't know what the hell, he's having like an affair with a grown woman, but the character's 18, so it's okay. And I'm like, what's going on?
Isn't that not okay by
It's
definition?
Oh, come on. They did it in Dawson's Creek, and it was like 10 years
okay.
ago.
I will attempt to explain the Gordian knot that is this single plot line. So, the first season, this particular character, whose name is Puck, he's like the bad boy with a mohawk.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new Glee podcast.
I'm going to simplify it down. He impregnated his best friend's girlfriend, as you do in high school shows, who was
All the time.
princess of the celibacy club, like blonde Christian cheerleader, whatever. So she has the baby. The baby gets adopted by the absentee mother of another character, who then leaves the series, and she was gone all last season, and then she just kind of came back with the baby for some reason now.
Who's now 6.
No, she's still a baby, but
Damn.
the biological mother of the baby is crazy and is like on this crusade to try and get CPS to give her back somehow by like convincing them that Idina Menzel is a bad mother. So then the bad boy character goes to like kind of help her and be like, you know, I'm not going to let you do this because she is a good mother. And he's like, oh, I love my daughter. I love my child so much. And now they're fucking. And I'm like, what's going on? Why am I watching this?
And there is singing and dancing on this show, right? Too,
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Okay.
There's singing and dancing and mashup and rapping.
I don't know what just happened to my podcast.
Do they incorporate the singing and dancing into the really heavy plot lines, like the giving birth scene and like the cheating and all that stuff? Are they like singing while they're doing that?
The songs used to be like, you know, what we're feeling, and she did actually give birth during a musical number, but it was another group doing a number, and then like they would cut to her.
She's 8 centimeters
And it-
dilated.
No,
She's
it's-
going to need to be sedated.
She's crowning. She's
Bohemian
crowning.
Rhapsody.
Oh god.
And it was
Mamma mia!
Oh.
ridiculous. And like the Glee group that was performing were like, was a guy like coming out of a big circle of people, and it was like he was being birthed, and then she had the baby, and it was so stupid.
Hey, Sean,
Hey, what?
how's your commercial coming along?
Oh, like the fake commercial?
Yeah, I thought of a name for it.
Oh, what?
A name, because like I told you couldn't use Mattress Giant.
Oh! What's the name you have for it?
Mattress Titan.
Mattress Titan.
I figured it works syllabally.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I still have to find like a karaoke non-vocal version of that song, but
I think you should just record it on your keyboard and guitar.
well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, work. Pfft. I'm not putting work into this podcast. Jeez.
Wait, you are?
Because you got to let me know, because I'll record my own musical thing, and then we'll have a little vote off
Okay.
with our listeners.
Okay.
Cheyenne, did you want to do a little intro for yourself?
Me? Oh, okay.
Because I didn't realize you'd be talking so much, so I think it'd be fair. It'd be fair to our listeners if you
I
had.
wasn't necessarily planning to, but I just can't shut up.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
More content.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cheyenne, and I am Steve's girlfriend, and I talk too much, and my hair is cool. That's pretty much all they need to know, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Steve, do you have any cool interests that you know a lot about that we can talk about?
Interests I know a lot about. We could talk about.
Or things you can fake a lot of knowledge about?
Ooh.
Like we could
Also
talk.
good.
We could talk about monster trucks for a half an hour. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. You guys.
Can we do that? Can we please do that?
I'm just a grave digger. He was my
I was always a fan of Goldberg. I always liked Goldberg.
Truckosaurus.
See, whenever everyone says Goldberg, I think of the
Personally,
wrestler.
the
Oh,
commercial.
of course.
Why isn't there a pink one? I want to know that.
Because you haven't entered the world of monster truck driving yet.
I'm gonna get a Pinkie Pie monster truck.
I bet there is a pink monster truck.
Susan J. Komen for the Cure is just dominating the recent rallies. Let me tell you.
No, I want one of Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. It's cooler.
Oh, Andrew
right.
knows all about My Little Pony.
I'm all set.
Fluttershy
You should tell him about your My Little Pony obsession.
Fluttershy is the best, although Rainbow Dash is also pretty great.
There is a pink monster truck called the Scarlet Bandit.
To
So there you go.
I'm looking this up.
Google.
To the Googles.
Wait, why is it called the Scarlet Bandit if it's pink?
It's a good question.
You're colorblind, Andrew.
Yeah,
You're not
don't even
seeing
know.
it right. You're not seeing it right.
What? You just said. I haven't looked it up yet.
It is pink. I still want a My Little Pony one. It would be cooler. My Little Pony makes everything cooler. 20% cooler.
I get it.
The time institution, and I said, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, hey. What's going on?
What's going on?
And I cried. Oh my God!
Stop it.
Did I cry?
Stop it.
So Sean,
So what?
I watched that Robin Hood BBC show.
Oh yeah?
Good God, is it terrible?
Really?
I checked on IMDb. It's like, 7 stars, and I was like, all right, let's check this out. It is seriously somewhere between like Xena, Warrior Princess, and I'll go back to Smallville. Like that is the level of quality.
Xena.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's pretty low quality. Like it's not 1995 anymore. Come on, BBC.
Feel the glare I'm sending through Skype at you.
I got my glare bear stare removal.
What?
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't
What?
matter. Doesn't matter. It happened. We're moving on.
We'll just forget about it.
Yeah.
So that's a no for Robin Hood then. Sounds
Yeah, I
pretty big.
guess. I have nothing more to say about it. It's just Robin Hood doesn't kill people, which is fine, whatever. But it's so poorly written.
Honestly, I'm not surprised.
No.
Oh, hey, there's going to be a new episode of The Walking Dead out tonight.
Yeah.
Anyone watching that?
Sean was.
I watched the first season, and then I saw the season 2 premiere, but I haven't seen any since then.
Oh, okay.
I do read the comic, though. I'm totally up to date with the comic, and I love the comic, so...
I have unfortunately not had the time or access to read the comics yet.
Yeah, the only comic I've been reading actually regularly right now is Ultimate Spider-Man. So.
Oh, Black Spider-Man.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Symbiote Spider-Man.
Did you see they're going to do a crossover with him and Peter Parker?
Are they?
Yeah, I was like, why do you need to do that? But whatever.
Because they can.
Yeah.
It's doing really well money-wise, so they're going to try and push as much shit out of it as they possibly can. And when they make the movie, my brother's going to steal the role from Donald Glover. He's determined.
Is he?
Yeah. Well, because I sent him the first couple as a present.
Yeah.
He grew up obsessed with Spider-Man. And for your listeners, so you guys know, I'm black. My brother is also black. As that
Coincidence?
Oh.
But I told him that they were going to have a little black kid be Spider-Man. He had an aneurysm, basically, of excitement.
How old is your brother?
He is 16,
Okay.
and he's very kind of little and wiry, and he's been obsessed with Spider-Man since he was about 4.
I
So-
honestly...
He sounds perfect for the
I
role.
honestly don't know
I think
why Peter Parker can't be black.
Exactly.
Because that's not the Peter Parker people grew up with, and it's racist.
Hey, Nick Fury's black now, and he's a badass
I know
motherfucker.
that.
Yeah.
I know that. I mean, I'm enjoying Miles Morales as a separate character. definitely, but the amount of pushback that happened when that got announced, I remember. Like if you search Miles Morales on YouTube, one of the first things that comes up is this angry
Oh no.
fat guy in a Spider-Man shirt and a Spider-Man hat with Spider-Man everything behind him.
I'm imagining him in full Spider-Man costume and looking like the comic book guy from Simpsons.
Guy, like minus the ponytail, going on this rant about how pissed he is about Miles Morales, but how he's not racist and his best friend is black. And
my best friend from Canada is black. You don't know him.
It's basically me sitting there pausing the video every 2 seconds and rebutting with no one else there.
Just yelling at your computer.
Yes, exactly.
Let me tell you a thing or two, computer. Oh, speaking of back to the comics subject, if you guys or any of your listeners are planning on going to C2E2 this year, look out for Cheyenne here.
Oh, yeah?
She got hired to be one of the model girls for a local comic shop, Challengers.
For Challengers Comics.
You're going to be a booth babe?
Pretty much. I mean, like, we're still working out all of the specifics of it, but I'm going to get paid in comics, so I'm
You're getting paid in comics? Amazing.
Oh, have you guys read John Dies at the End?
No.
No! Actually, I really want to, because that's what's his name? The guy who's like, the guy who wrote it. I read about and things.
Wow, that was informative.
David Wong, he's like the head writer at Crack.com.
Okay.
And
he created Pointless Waste of Time and all that stuff.
Yeah. He wrote John Dies at the End loosely based off a time him and his friend tried drugs. Like, from the interviews from what I've read about it, I haven't gotten to the specific of what he did. But basically it's written as if he were the main character and his friend John come in contact with this strange drug, and it just kind of makes them aware of the ethereal plane, and just it's so bizarre, but it's so hilariously written because they're just such normal guys, and it's so funny. I love reading it just because it's so modern, and it's so much like people like us talk to each other, and it's I read older books now, and I'm like, I wish this were written, with occasionally, and the main character said, ow, fuck, my foot,
Oh, I love stodgy old language. But that's because I'm a little old lady deep down.
A friend of mine actually gave me a PDF version of it from his computer, and I've read it 3 or 4 times now, just because I love it so much, and since I got an ebook reader, I can read it on there. But it's definitely worth purchasing it. I wanted to buy it up until I got this Nook reader.
Yeah.
Just because now I can take it with me anywhere I want.
And the film version is
the film version
with Doug Jones in it.
Yeah, Doug Jones is going to be in it, and so is Paul Giamatti.
He went to my high school.
Yeah, and Clancy Brown is also in it too. But from what I can tell, the guys they cast as David and John don't look anything like David and John are described in the book.
Yeah.
That kind of upsets me slightly. I mean, I like the casting of all the other 3 guys I listed, and I love the way, some of the things I've seen in the trailer look. But it's just the one thing. It's oh, come on. You could have actually gotten a couple of guys who just look schlubby. You had to get, pretty boy Hollywood actor types. But I mean, it's the guy
They cast white people in the Avatar The Last Airbender movie.
Yeah, that's true.
They completely inverted all of the racial stuff.
But I mean, what was I going to say?
Don't be surprised.
Yeah. And then their enemy was an army of brown people.
Yes.
It was oh, we're getting called racists? We'll make an army of brown people.
Even more racist.
Yeah. The guy who played...
what is wrong with M. Night Shyamalan? Jesus.
Yeah, because he was in charge of casting, Andrew.
No, he wasn't the caster, but he let that slide.
I understand this.
Yeah, you'd think a man a guy, a non-white director in Hollywood would want to see, different choices for casting, but
especially if
he's
you
such
decide
a laissez-faire director.
What?
I can't even remember what's the Fire Prince's name.
Zuko.
Yeah, Zuko. Dev Patel, he was cast like a week before shooting was supposed to start.
Oh
So
my
he had, which was probably why his performance was pretty weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of like,
He
here
was-
you go.
Oh my god.
Yes, Jesse McCartney.
They took all the humor out of the Airbender.
They took all the humor. I mean, Steve's never seen it. He refuses to see it. One of these days, I'm going to force him to see it.
It's like, honestly, I love that
I
show
refuse
so
to see
much.
it.
I got tricked into paying to see it. Okay,
Oh,
so my
Oh.
wanted to see it, and I had to take him because he was too young to go by himself.
right.
But they took out they took out all the humor, and the thing that I think I missed the most, other than the humor, of course, they took out a lot of the nuance. You know, because like the plot line
All the
with
different cultures and just
Katara and the bending chief, where he refuses to teach her because she's a girl.
Yeah,
Just
I was
take
really
that
surprised
out.
about that. I was not expecting
Like
that in the
all of
cartoon.
about, good people can be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took all of that out, and the fact that the Earthbenders are all on Earth and don't think to rebel until Aang goes, "There's Earth all around you."
Yeah.
Because in the original, there wasn't Earth all around them, obviously.
Yeah.
So, like, stuff like that, it was just...
Well, I think it was a mistake for them to cram an entire season
Into
into
I
a
one
movie.
completely agree with you. I
Yeah.
agree with you. And the child that they cast is Aang, or Ong. Let me correct myself, because it was Ong in the movie, and Sokka. Even though it's a show that's in English, you know how things should be pronounced.
Yeah.
And they cast him for because he could do the action scenes,
Right.
because he's like a karate champion or something. But his performance is so wooden and so stale, and you're just like, oh, he's trying so hard, because he's like 10.
Yeah.
You know?
They shot that
Movies
horse.
are the one time where I'm like, it's okay to age up kids, because getting young kids to actually perform well is so hard. It's like, okay, let's just kick them up to maybe, high school or junior high and not make him a 10-year-old.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know lots of child actors who are good actors and who are capable.
Yeah.
It's a question of finding them.
Yeah, you have to root through a lot of crap.
Well, they tend to be the well-adjusted ones who aren't in Hollywood when they're kids, for the most part. But, I mean, at the very least, like, I understand that he can do the fight scenes, but that's what stunt doubles are for.
Yeah.
Hire him to do the stunts. Like,
Yeah. Stunt baby.
stunt child, yes.
Yeah. I remember I watched the movie without seeing the cartoon show first. And I remember being so confused because they seemed to say dialogue that didn't fit with what was going on. And it wasn't until later that I realized that they were taking dialogue from other scenes and just forcing it into the situation.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
I don't know, it's just like, why would he say that? He's not doing that.
Because they have to get as much of this in as possible.
Yeah, it was like a weird, like, oh, we must be true to this, but not
We're gonna
really.
shoot
Yeah,
And
just in one aspect.
honestly, someday, I would really like to get Steve to watch it and film him screaming at the television.
I'm going to have to get really drunk first.
I understand that. It would be really funny.
I would just be so... I would just want to, like, drive to Hollywood and, like, punch M. Night Shyamalan in the throat. I think.
I'll join you. Road trip.
Yeah.
If I ever meet him, I'm going to ask for a refund.
There you go.
Just punch him in the throat and say, "What a twist!"
Oh, goodness.
No, because he has that. He's had that coming for a long time.
That's true. He's like, "That's not a twist. I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
You're obvious, Steve Kanicki." I found out recently that Lion King was kind of viewed while they were working on it as like their
It was the B film.
yeah, and like everybody wanted to work on Pocahontas, and they had the B team working on Lion King.
Which is hysterical now.
Yes.
More on the subject of horrible movies adapted from better source material.
Yeah.
The Wild Wild West movie. with Will Smith.
Was the TV show really good?
No. Here's the thing.
Was it?
Like the majority of that whole ending scene with like when they're uniting the railroads and the giant spider comes.
Oh, are you going to reference the Batman cartoon?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
yes, I am. Showdown.
That is a great episode.
It is. It's wonderful. But it's funny how they have the railroads uniting and then the giant attack via a mechanical machine.
Yep. I remember that.
Well, it's funny. A lot of the Christopher Nolan Batmans, a lot of it is taken from Bruce Timm as well, as story inspirations, which I just find amazing because it's like Bruce Timm did such a great job on that series.
Oh yeah. So when I found out about that, it just made me love the show even more than I already did.
And I know that the Nolan movies are like the golden child of Batman, other than the animated series.
But I'm gonna say bad things because I'll end this right now.
I'm not saying bad things out yet.
This is over.
I would just like to point out for the record how pissed off I am that Anne Hathaway is going to have to wear heels as Catwoman in the quote-unquote practical Batverse. I would just like to point that out because
you gotta make that butt look good. I mean,
it's Anne Hathaway.
I know.
Doesn't that look all right already? From what I've never
really looked at Anne Hathaway.
I haven't either.
Because she was the princess.
She's the Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
But like,
this is gonna go in the podcast, by the way, just so we can talk about Anne Hathaway twice. In 2 consecutive podcasts.
Oh,
fine
wonderful.
With me. But I mean, because at first I was excited because I had heard that they were basing the design off of Darwin Cook's Catwoman.
Yeah.
Which is the most practical, where she has the big thick-soled boots and her catsuit is zipped up the whole way, and it's like, thank you, it makes sense.
Yeah, everybody loves that Darwin Cook design, but I don't think they even based on what they've shown so far, they haven't even gone with that.
They haven't at all. But
No.
I heard that and I was like, okay, maybe she'll have flat shoes.
Well, you gotta imagine, it's way better than what Halle Berry was fighting in. So
that's very true. And again, it would bug me less if the Nolanverse wasn't set up as being real life.
Yeah.
That's why it bugs me. Michelle Pfeiffer is Catwoman, I'm so down with it. It makes no goddamn sense. She couldn't hear in that thing. She could barely breathe.
Because the world is so messed up that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because it was... And I mean, the Tim Burton movies, they're dark, but they're not reality at all.
Yeah.
No.
So it doesn't bug me. The Nolanverse is, everything that people wear is tactical. Everything on Batman's suit is functional to a point, and he has a couch he can turn his head, and the Batmobile is a fucking tank. It all makes sense. And then let's put our only, female character who's probably going to have any development at all in stilettos.
It pissed me off even more. At some point in the movie, Batman comes over and it's like, you shouldn't be running around in heels like that. And she was like, I used to seduce men, Batman.
Oh, God!
You're gonna break your heel.
Yeah.
You'll twist your ankle.
I use it to distract them.
That's her thing, though. Her thing is being sultry, and that's how she gets away from Batman, so...
Well, I know, but she climbs up walls and shit.
It's hard to, pursue, someone you're trying to arrest when you've got a hard on.
Is
it's
it?
True.
It's
true. He's gonna hide his erection with his cape.
But she,
Don't look at me!
I mean, I guess we'll see. Maybe she won't climb up walls and shit, but it's kind of, I don't know. It bugs me. It really bugs me. And because the other movies were so sausage festy, it's we're going to get a female character that might actually get some development and
might not
just
get killed.
a hollow love interest who gets killed.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get, I think you're going to get that character in Marianne Cotard's character, though.
That's true.
I think that's where you're going to get your strong female character. And I think Catwoman is a strong female character, even though she uses sex, as a weapon.
Oh my god. These are all girls posting this. Call me crazy, but I would let Chris Brown beat me up any day. Everybody shut up about Chris Brown being a woman beater. Shit, he can beat me up all night if he wants.
Here's my favorite. I'd let Chris Brown beat me up anytime. Wink. It's like, oh my god.
It's just so awful. And yet wins Grammys. I don't know. Andrew, what are you doing?
That's terrible.
That's horrifying. Like, I feel like I need to wash my eyes now.
Andrew.
Is there a snake on the other end?
Andrew.
Did he fall asleep? Andrew. Francis.
God damn it. I take off my headphones for 1 second and mute my mic because the fucking cat's throwing up everywhere. And I come back to that.
Okay, my music pick this week, this band, and their, I believe it came out in fall of last year. The album called Portamento. It's the sophomore album by this band. It's sort of their initial debut was kind of in the style, you know, that kind of surf throwback rock music that's been really popular now. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Best Coast or Waves. They play a lot of it on The Current. There's just seems like there's just endless numbers of bands that have this kind of 60s surf rock throwback sound. And so the drums, their first album sort of had that sound. That was, I think, 2010. And then last year they released their sophomore album. And it sort of took a turn. It kept elements of the surf rock, but then they added sort of an 80s, almost like kind of like a new wave element to it. And the album Portamento, I've listened to the whole thing all the way through, and it's pretty great. I've really enjoyed it. It sort of it almost recalls the Smiths a little bit, kind of has that sort of a sound. It's a lot, I'd say it's kind of a gloomier album, but still very catchy. The key track, and I actually heard this track on The Current about a week or so ago. It's the song called Money, and that's the one that kind of introduced me. And so that's the key track of what the drums actually sound like. But it's kind of post-punk, pop, kind of indie, kind of wall of sound. There's a couple songs that almost have like Beach Boys style vocals, which is interesting. And this week, this is the first week I'll be doing this, I created a mix online on the site 8tracks.com. And it's each week I'm going to do a themed mix where the first track is from my pick of the week. And then the other 7 tracks are going to be related or somehow tied either stylistically or just musically. So this week I kind of did a sort of like an 80s pop punk throwback. There's some shoegaze on there as well, for those of you that know what shoegaze is.
Only vaguely.
Okay, well, it's pretty great. It's one of my favorite genres.
Are you watching something?
No, I am not.
There's something going on in the background.
That is not me.
I can hear it.
I know. I'm thinking that's Sean or Alex then, if it's not even you.
No.
It's not me. Not me.
Wait, what are we talking about?
There's something going on in the background.
Is it still going on?
No.
No.
Me.
No.
I can.
No.
I can.
No.
I can.
No.
I can.
No.
I can. I can smell it. I can smell it from over here. I can smell your goddamn anime.
Oh.
I don't watch anime. Yeah, I'm watching an anime.
Does it smell like sushi, Sean?
No, because I actually like sushi.
Oh, I don't know what that... Is that an attempt at a burn? What are you going for?
No.
Think you're better than me?
There's a mana burn.
Nice.
Damn it. Anyway, Fugazi.
Ooh, I like Fugazi, yeah. But anyway, we'll have a link for my mix, so check out the mix. That'll be linked to the video, and see what you think.
Okay. So I think we'll, if you guys want to keep having Sean's picks, post in the comments, Sean pick of the week. If you guys want Alex Hates to come back next week, post in the comments.
I'm totally fine if they don't. I'm totally okay with that.
Well, that's coming out of this because it doesn't matter what you want.
Oh!
And to be perfectly honest on my end, I'm going to make a mix regardless if anyone wants it, so I'm making them anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Our legions and legions of fans.
We should start making like shirts or something. Cause I mean, we have such a dedicated fan base now. It's only right that they can flaunt their fandom.
They've been clamoring for them.
Let's set up the Cafe Express store now.
They'll be $25 a pop.
One size fits all.
Yep. They're just gonna be triple XLs. Doesn't even matter.
They'll shrink in the wash.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be horrible cotton. Like they're all gonna shrink really bad.
They only come in one color. It's tan with kind of like a turquoise font type on it.
And a sort of crudely drawn MS Paint like piece of what might be toast with a blob that could be jelly.
And then pink glitter on both shoulders.
Just pink glitter.
It'll wash right off the first time they wash it, so I don't even know why we bother, but
Alex just personally sprinkles it on each one.
So
without permission or reason.
I call it dream dust. What?
Yeah.
What'd you say? Well, this is dumb. I can't even watch an anime while we're talking.
No.
Oh my god. Did not expect that reaction.
Oh, you could like read a manga. That's quiet.
This is the why. I'm gonna watch one anyway. Forget it. You guys don't know. We're fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll fix the sound.
Oh my god!
It is so loud.
Right now.
Alright, we're good. We're good.
Chip-Chan's on the swing again.
Alright, is it okay this time?
No, I can still hear it.
Me too.
I know you're... How about now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're both lying now because the volume's at 0. So
no, I can still hear it.
That's
I can
such
literally
bullshit.
still hear it. Now I can't hear anything.
Yeah, now it's... You just put the subtitles on.
That's because... What? The volume's been on 0 for like the last 2 minutes. You guys, I can hear it. I can hear it. You made fools out of yourselves.
We could hear it.
Well, there is virtually no volume coming out of it right now.
This is going to go in the podcast just so we have evidence online.
You are just liars.
It's still there.
There is no sound.
Wait,
anymore.
Be quiet. I can't hear it. Just...
I think you guys...
Not anything.
I think you guys psyched yourselves into hearing it for a while, and you thought you heard something. Because the first time, I'll give you that. Put this in the pod. Don't put this in the pod. Don't put this in the pod. Don't put this in the podcast. We don't want to put our fans through this.
No.
Our legions of fans.